What's up YouTube, welcome to Ziangs Food Workshop. I'm Chin and this is my mum Choo.
Yes, Choo's here today.
And today we're doing a bit of a street food thing. It's not like mega traditional, but it's been on the menus for quite a long time now, I'd say generations.
Yeah, quite a while now, yes.
Yeah, so that is what, Ma?
You can call it beef hoon tom yum or tom yum beef hoon. So we cover every aspect how you want to put it in.
And it depends what dialect you say, because we would actually call it tom yum mee hoon.
Yes.
Not mee hoon or mee food, how it's spelled H-O-N-N. That's Hokkien and Malay.
Yeah, Hokkien people say beef hoon, but we in Mandarin and Hakka we call it mee hoon. It's exactly the same thing. It's just a different dialect.
Yeah.
Say it differently, but it's at the end of the day, is the rice Vicellina.
Because I know, vermicelli,
Yeah,
Vicellina, or Vicellina. Go into your local supermarket and ask for rice Vicellina and see what you get. Vermicelli. The only reason I'm pointing it out because I know someone will go, I think you'll find.
Yeah.
So we have to cover all our bases.
Okay, yeah.
So we're going to be using a tom yum paste that is already made. If you want a recipe for an actual tom yum paste, comment below saying yes, I'd like that recipe, and we'll get that done.
Yes.
Okay?
So
off we go.
Yeah, to prepare and then start cooking.
Yep.
Yes.
Right, so to begin with, we've got these dried shrimp. Now, a lot of recipes, they'll throw them in. When you do that, these become really chewy and really fishy, like to the point where it's almost like a rotting fish taste and not a nice fish taste, if you know what I mean. So we're going to fry these off first. We've just got a tablespoon of vegetable oil in a pan and a heaped tablespoon of these dried shrimp. So we're going to just fry this. I'm going to plug it in. That's what I'm going to have to do first. So I'm going to have to go plug this in. Yeah, the reason why we also fry them is because it makes them crispy, and we garnish with these on the top rather than let it soak up and go like stodgy and chewy in the dish itself. It gives it another texture. You don't want it to go in cold oil, so we're going to let that warm up a bit, but you don't want it on super hot, so you want like a medium heat.
Yeah, just slowly toast it with a bit of oil.
Fry. Toast is no oil.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. English is such a complicated language, isn't it?
It is actually, yeah. Also, check out our webstore for low prices on Chinese takeaway ingredients and for our cookbook, available at chinandchew.com. The cookbook is only available there. It's never been sold anywhere else.
Yeah,
so,
we can just put the shrimp in now. You can see it's sizzling.
This is going to make it crispy. Also, there is a smell that comes off them. It's quite pungent. Your house will smell like this for a couple of days.
But best is to open up the window. You see, back home, when our kitchen is all open, it's not closed up like the Western building.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you can start smelling it now. So we don't get that smell all the time because everywhere is open.
If you don't know what this smells like, it just smells probably, I don't know, it smells just like strong prawns that are cooked in the shells, because when you cook the shells and you fry them, they have a certain smell, and that's the smell you smell here. But it's like 10 times stronger.
Yeah. You just need to keep an eye on it. They do have a temper of themselves, you know. You got to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, these are angry shrimp.
Yeah, they are very angry. Keep an eye on them. Keep them tame. I know they're called tiger prawns sometimes. That's why.
No, these aren't tiger prawns, man. They're not tiger prawns. No one's going, I'll have the side of tiger prawns, please. And you've got 3 of those.
Yeah, tiger prawns is the name, isn't it? These are the mini tiger prawns. These are the lower grade one, that's why they use it. Back home, when they're too much in the season, you have too much of this shrimp, you cannot eat them so quickly, and we have no refrigerator. That's why we dry them, and we can use it for any other dishes throughout the whole year. Yeah, I think that should be done now. We get put it back into that dish, we use it later. What
we're going to do is keep that all aside, because we'll use that for cooking the tom yum, not paste, the noodles itself. Right, so we've got 2 chicken thighs here that have been sliced into strips, and we're simply going to do a quick, not velveting, marinade. You don't want too many complicated flavours in here, because a lot of them will get mixed up and lost. Well, there goes some sauce in there. Mixed up and lost because we're using bold flavours anyway. So we're just going to put some light soy here. So that's a teaspoon of light soy, literally a pinch of MSG. And we're just going to mix this up. That's all you need for that. And let that marinate for about 20 minutes. You'll also need to make some rice noodles or vermicelli rice noodles beforehand. We're using these Lucky Boat ones. You can use any brand you want, but these are really good quality. Can't rate them enough. And all you do is break off one little block like that, put it in boiling water for about a minute, minute and a half, drain it, rinse it, and then you'll have that.
Yes.
You don't want to overcook them though, because overcooking them, they'll just go stodgy. This brand here, the Lucky Boat ones, are actually really forgiving. So if you're new to Asian cooking, because they're really high quality, they don't tend to break or go mushy even if you do overcook them.
Yeah, I find out this is the one that I would choose to use.
Yeah.
Lucky Boat, our web store do it.
Yeah, but like you can get any brand you want. We're going to add a tablespoon of vegetable oil to a wok on hot. I'm going to cook off the chicken first.
Yeah, should be ready for the chicken to go in.
Let it sit, turn, let it sit and turn until the until the chicken is cooked all the way through.
Is that a bit of browning colour?
Yeah, you really want it to catch.
Yeah.
Because it'll give it that wok flavour you're looking for.
When it cut into strips, you cook quite quickly.
For equipment we've got links below.
If you're not sure if your chicken is cooked or not, you can always get one of those Pro. Yeah.
Chicken's very nearly done now. Forgot to mention I used Amoy First Extract light soy in this one. You can use any light soy you want. Just make sure it's a good quality one.
Yeah.
So that took about 3 minutes. And then into a bowl, and we're going to set that to the side. Try and leave some of that oil and stuff in there if you can, because we'll cook with that. I'm going to bring that oil we had from the shrimps back over.
Yeah, that gives us a flavour.
So into this, we're going to put 2 tablespoons of this minced ginger and shallot from Amoy. 1, 2. I'm going to turn on the heat when it's low heat. And in there, you got 2 tablespoons of blended lemongrass. This is fresh lemongrass that we've just put into the blender and blended it really fine. You can use it whole if you want, but you end up with like stalks everywhere and you have to pick them out, but that's fine. Then we have 4 kaffir lime leaves that we've chopped up finely. We took the stem out and chopped them up, and we're just going to cook this.
And you could start smelling your ginger coming through now.
Yeah, and the kaffir lime leaves as well.
Yes. I just love the kaffir lime leaves.
So this is a medium heat, by the way. You don't want it too hot. We're just trying to brown that off a little bit before we add any of the other ingredients. Into this, I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of MSG, and then add 4 cloves of roughly sliced garlic. Yeah, 4 cloves. Now we're going to put the heat up a bit, and then we're going to add in a 1/4 sliced carrot and a handful of shredded. This is sweetheart cabbage, but any cabbage you can use. And into this, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of ketchup. You want to cook that off. Cook that for about 20 seconds and then add your tom yum paste.
Yeah, tom yum paste in it goes.
Like I said before, if you want a recipe for that, please comment below. But you can use any of your favourite ones that you got from the shop. Nearly couldn't say the word shop then. Now we're going to put your noodles and your chicken.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Okay, this next bit is key. Move it about, let it sit. Let it sit for 20-30 seconds to catch. Into this, we're going to put 2 teaspoons of fish sauce, handful of bean sprouts, and a handful of chives. Use garlic chives, or Chinese chives if you have them, if not, just normal chives will do. They are key though. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of sugar.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. And when you can see the Mee Hoon getting soft, it's ready to lift up.
So now we're going to dish this up and garnish. So we're just going to garnish these with the shrimp and some chilli.
Yes.
Also with fresh coriander. Here we go.
Yes.
You go first, Mel. I'm going to put some No, don't just eat the little shrimps because they're your favourite bit, but I hate shrimps though, so. Here we go.
Like we say, if you want to cook the shrimp together with your Mee Hoon or Beef Hoon or Mee Hoon, how you want to call it, or Mee Hoon, you can just do it, but we prefer this way.
That's just a mouthful of flavour right there. This is just so good. Traditionally you use calamansi, but because they're really hard to get in England, limes will do. Squeeze it over the top, it really opens it up. One of my pet hates is on my menu, nothing's there just for garnish, and people don't use that. Even though it says in the menu, please squeeze over the top to open up the flavours. Only like 10% of do. It's really important, it really makes a difference.
Just open up the flavour.
There was one of you at home who suggested this for us to make, so your suggestions do get done if you do comment.
It's like you have that the sweet and the sour, but it's very different from the Chinese sweet and sour.
It's not nowhere near as sweet.
No, not as sweet, but
It is sharper
the fish sauce.
That is really, really good. You can taste the actual ketchup in there as well. It lifts up the tom yum paste.
Yeah.
It carries it, doesn't it?
I think if you didn't put the tomato paste, it can get a little bit punchy without tom yum paste. With the tomato sauce, it lifts it out and gives it a bit of sweet taste.
Also, if you don't want to use these little shrimps,
you don't need to.
A very, very similar flavour is really crispy bacon. So if you want a sort of similar texture and flavour but not so fishy, I'd say get some bacon, chop it up, and fry it till it's crispy, and you're not far off.
If you prefer seafood, you can use prawns instead of chicken. Or squid.
Anyway, so there we go. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. This one has been an absolute pleasure to do, and we really hope that you want us to show you how to make tom yum paste at home. Now, it is difficult, and the ingredients to source are difficult to get. But if we do it, we're going to teach you how to do it properly, not a half-baked version. But we will give suggestions on what you can sub things out for, even though it's not going to be completely right. It's the best you can do with what you can get.
What you can get at the minute at the market.
Yeah. Anyway, Mum.
Hit the like button, comments, subscribe. Happy cooking, happy eating.
Happy eating indeed.
It's really good, isn't it?